Hey guys, welcome back to another Duviri max out video. Today we are going to be maxing out Gara for Steel Path Circuit. Now, I know said I was going to do Ureli this week, but I suddenly remembered a little rule that I made before I started this was that I was going to focus on the prime stuff first before I went ahead and started doing any of the other frames, because at some point a primed variant of a frame is going to be released. And I don't want to invest loads into that frame before that point, because then, yeah, the prime frame will come out and I would have wanted it to do it on the prime frame. So, sorry to whoever suggested Ureli. In fact, I know who suggested Ureli, so I'm not that sorry. But maybe further down the line we'll do Ureli. But for now, I've skipped Ureli and gone on to the next frame that someone suggested, which was Gara. Now, Gara is a really strong frame for doing stuff like Steel Path Circuit. She has a great level of endurance with Splinter Storm, she has a great level of defense with Mass Vitrify, and generally speaking, you know, she can just survive and deal loads of damage, which is what we want in Steel Path Circuit. So yeah, we're going to be focusing on her. She's also a good frame to work with for Fashion Frame, so that's nice. She already looks pretty good, you know, just without any kind of additions whatsoever. And I've also picked out the weapons that we're going to be running with here. Now, I could run with Gara's kind of signature weapon, so I could use like the Astilla Prime, for example, which fires glass shards, but I want to start using up all of the Incarnon weapons that are coming out. So the next one on my list to do is Strun Prime. You can see I've already put the adapter on. I just need to work my way around here. And as per usual, since we're going to be building it initially just for the Steel Path Circuit, we're probably just going to go ahead and increase status chance and also, you know, whenever we can, providing status effects. So that's what we're going to aim for. So yeah, Strun Prime, Tenet Spirex. Tenet Spirex is actually the only secondary Tenet weapon left that I need to kind of get ranked up. So that's the reason I've gone with this. But it does actually do a significant amount of damage as well. And it already has a decent level of multi-shot that you can get it to. So yeah, it's a pretty good pick all in all. And it also has radial. It has an explosive element to it as well to spread status effects, which, as we already know from doing Steel Path Circuit, is very, 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 very useful. And then lastly here, we have the Syam on our melee. Now, I think this is the second to last weapon that we're going to need to rank up. I think Sun and Moon is the only one other than this that we need to do. But the Syam kind of seemed to fit the style of Garuda a bit more. Obviously, she's kind of got a samurai vibe going on. And the Syam being a, what is it? What are they called? Nikana. Yep. Just works quite well with that. So yeah, we're running with the Syam this time around. But yeah, I think what we're going to do, if we just kind of run through the abilities here, we'll do the same kind of format as each week. We are probably going to keep on most abilities here. If we're going to sub any out, it's probably going to be Spectra Rage, although Spectra Rage is a very, very, very powerful ability. In the case of Steel Path Circuit, I don't know whether it's going to be something that I'm going to be using often. It's very situational. And the only time really that it would come in handy is on the defense missions. But for those, I kind of want to maybe use the Augment mod for Mass Vitrify that applies Spectra or Splinter Storm, sorry, for each enemy hit. I think that's a good idea, but I don't know. Either way, we're going to need a decent level of duration, because the radius of this actually works off of duration again, although the explosion damage does not. So that's something to note. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't really know, at the moment at least, how I'm planning on maxing this out or what arcanes I'm going to use or anything like that. I should apologize as well. My voice is going a bit this episode, so hopefully that kind of perks up as we go through. But if it doesn't, yeah, apologies if I'm a bit raspy. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into it, guys. We'll go ahead, get our Gara Prime nice and maxed out, and then we will start focusing on the three weapons we've got to hand. So I'll catch you guys in a second. Alright guys, so this is what I have come up with for now. I might change it after I've maybe used Gara once or twice in Steel Path Circuit, just to see how it fares. And it's kind of based around Shattered Storm Augment, where we're going to be using Mass Vitrify to try and clear enemies. I want to utilize, similar to Garuda, where we got status effects just killing everyone off, I want to utilize that on Gara as well. So for the meantime, I've also put Nourish on as well. I'm actually probably going to swap this out. It's just that, you know, I couldn't think of a better one to put on at the time, so we're just going to go ahead and run Nourish anyway, so we can apply some viral stacks. And I've also limited my Transient Fortitude here to rank 6. So we're only getting 35% ability strength. The reason for that is that 130% strength is basically the minimum that you need to hit the 90% damage reduction on Splinter Storm. And it also allows me to fit a full build on with Umbral Vitality and Intensify. And yeah, still have that huge damage reduction from Splinter Storm and get a decent amount of duration as well, because obviously the more we max out Transient Fortitude, the less duration we're going to get. And to be honest, our duration is kind of low. I would like that to be up a bit higher. We might sacrifice some range for duration. Maybe. You know, we could put one more former on here. Maybe take off Alga Reach and slot on, probably not Narrow-Minded, but something else there. Not sure what. I mean, we could just swap Alga Reach for Alga Message. That might be an idea. But like I said, I'm going to see how it goes. Because the other thing as well is that we're running at 100% efficiency. And using our 4th ability is obviously going to cost us a lot of damage. It does use Drain rather than obviously just a chunk amount of energy, which is quite nice. We can make it as big as we want and use as much energy as we want. But yeah, we just need to be a bit careful, I think. So that's what we're running with for the moment. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So now we've got to go ahead and start ranking up our weapons. So like we said, we've got Strun Prime, Tenet Spirex, and we will be running our Nikana, which I've now forgotten the name of, the Syam. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to get on and do that now, guys, and then we will be back once everything here is just how I want it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so we are now done with the weapons, and I'll just quickly run through here what we've got on the Strun Prime. So in terms of Incarnon upgrades, we've gone with the multi-shot, obviously. Strun Prime has crazy pellet count, you can see there with the mods I've got on currently, 32.4. So additional multi-shot is going to be just dandy. We've also got reload speed on. The Strun Prime reloads 1 pellet at a time, or not 1 pellet, but 1 cartridge at a time. So it's always nice to have increased reload speed on it. And then for this, I've gone with status chance, not crit. Now, I know that seems kind of weird since the Strun Prime does benefit a lot from crit. It has a much higher crit chance than its counterpart, the Strun Wraith. But I kind of wanted a mixed build with this, as I usually go with on a lot of my builds for Steel Path Circuit. So we've gone with a mix of status and crit, and it's status per projectile, right? So 28.8% chance for 1 pellet. So like 1 in 4 pellets is going to inflict a status proc, even more than that, nearly 1 in 3. And we have 32.4 multi-shot, which is going to be increased by Galvanized Hell when we get a kill, and also by the Incarnon upgrade that gives us an extra 5% on shot, basically. So yeah, that's what we're going with. I've thrown on Toxic Barrage here. We've got Corrosive. Someone did point out in a previous episode that I wasn't running Corrosive, and the reason for that was that basically I use these builds elsewhere in the game, and not all the time am I going to be running Nourish, which is obviously applying viral and giving me viral damage. So when someone was asking before, you know, why am I running viral when I'm already getting it from another, you know, ability, it is because I'm occasionally running these weapons on other frames where I'm not using Nourish, and it's just nice to have that flexibility. So that is why. And generally speaking, you know, this isn't a blanket statement, but viral damage is and tends to be the best kind of damage type in the game, just because of how the status procs work and what they actually do for you. So yeah, so this is what we're running. I'm running Fatal Acceleration as well here, just to improve the fall off range. If you actually take Fatal Acceleration off, you can see it drops down to 52 maximum, so that's always good. So let's throw that back on and take a look at Tenet Spirex. Oh yeah, and I'm also running Primary Merciless. And then Tenet Spirex here, similar build to what we usually go on our Tenet weapons. Again, Lethal Momentum to improve the speed of the projectiles, as this weapon does indeed have projectiles. They're not hit scan weapons. And then we're running a mix again of crit chance and status. You can see our status with 2 of these 60/60 mods is up at 120%, so huge. And we've gone Corrosive and Heat again, just to you know, mix it up a bit. Secondary Merciless. And yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say about this one. And then the Syam. The Syam doesn't have as big a crit chance as the other weapons do from Duviri, the melee weapons, but it's still high enough that we can, you know, probably afford to put on Blood Rush and Sacrificial Steel. So that's what we've gone with. We've got a mix of status and crit on this. I've thrown Viral on this one just because it's unlikely that I am going to be using this. So far we haven't actually had a melee weapon that we've maxed out pop up yet. So I've left it as viral for now because I'll probably use it elsewhere in the game. But if we do get it, we will use it, obviously. And yeah, that's it. So what we need to do now is we need to make our Gara look nice and fancy by whatever means necessary. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, guys. We'll do a quick cut, and then after we've gone through the fashion frame real quick, we'll jump in and see if we can get her in Duviri. Alright, guys, so this is what we have arrived at, and yeah, as you can see, I've gone with the premium skin bundle rather than using a Tenno Gen skin this time around. I did have a look at the Tenno Gen skins, and I wasn't really taken by them. I was potentially going to go with one of the helmets, but the problem is that when you use the different kind of skins, if you mix up the helmet and the skin, the color palette often gets interpreted differently. So, for example, if we take a look at the Gara Adora helmet right here, you can see this helmet actually looks pretty nice. And yeah, I probably would have gone with this. But if you look at the red, like the coloring of the red against the coloring of the red on the other skin, you can see it's quite a bit brighter. And less kind of matte. It's a bit shinier. So yeah, I've ended up just sticking with the Khalida helmet, or the Collider helmet, I guess it's supposed to be, isn't it? Kaleidoscope. And yeah, that's kind of where I've left it for now. And then the same kind of issue popped up with the Syandana as well. I'm running the Glister Syandana, which obviously comes with the pack. I'm not a huge fan of this Syandana, to be honest. It does clip quite a lot, as you can see. It's just a bit of a messy Syandana, but it fits very well with this skin in particular. The only other one that I was kind of considering going with is the... Where is it? I'm going to struggle to find it now, I think, but I should have written it down. Mistakes were made. Here it is, the spot. So this actually kind of avoids a lot of the stuff going on up here with the glass, but it does clip quite a lot with the helmet, which is why I wanted to replace the helmet. This kind of glass strand coming down clips with the cape a lot. It gets messy, and you can see the cape does clip a bit through the glass on the heels as well, but you know, there's only so much you can do with these things, and I'm fairly happy with the Glister Syandana. It obviously fits with the skin. It's meant to go with it, so yeah, that's what we've rolled with. And then for the armor, I haven't actually gone with any legs. Again, they kind of attack the glass elements a bit too much. You can see the Syandana's already kind of getting out of control. So nothing really looked good there. But for the... I mean, I suppose we could... Can we turn those off? Does it make a whole lot of difference? No, not really. I don't think it really matters all that much if we have these on or off. I think I prefer them on, to be honest. So yeah, we'll keep them on. Yeah, Alistorn shoulders. So these actually, you can see, extend above the glass elements on the shoulders, which is kind of why I've gone for this. Because it kind of, although it does clip, it goes out of the glass bits. So it almost looks like it's being supported by them, which is nice. And it adds a bit more of a, I don't know, royal, roby kind of element to it at the back. And it also means that our sigil, our clan sigil, points forward, which I really like about these as well. It's kind of interesting. We're not running an ephemera just so we get the clean look. I do need to get hold of some more ephemeras just generally, I think. But yeah, chest plate as well. I forgot to say, this is the Alistorn chest plate also. Kind of fits in nicely with the sharp design that goes with the glass. The glass shards. I mixed up two words there. So yeah, we're running with that. And I think that's kind of it. I don't think there's anything else that I wanted to talk about. The sigil on the front, by the way, that's the Rhino Palatine's sigil. Cannot speak today, good lord. So yeah, that's basically where we're at, guys. So I guess we'll hop in now and see if we can get something in the Steel Path circuit. Alright guys, so we've got ourselves Gara, and I've gone with the Proboscis, or not Proboscis, sorry, Mutualist Cernos. There's not really a lot of options going on here, to be honest. We do have the Kuva Shakur, which isn't bad, but I'm thinking status-wise, Mutualist Cernos probably better. I just want to point out as well, I have adapted the build afterwards. I tried it out on just Hydron Defense, just to see what it was like. And yeah, I've completely removed those two range mods, and I've replaced them now with efficiency mods, just because I want to spam cast my 4 basically. So yeah, that's literally the reason. Why is my Strength down at 119. Overextended, that's 40%. Oh, I see. This hasn't... I think that's just a visual bug. Maybe. Hopefully. But yeah, let's get on with it. And yeah, we'll see how we do. So, decrees-wise, I suppose we're just going to be going for kind of the usual status stuff, which we usually get. At least one of. But yeah, otherwise we'll be going for Warframe efficiency stuff and, you know, recast ability and things like that, because I do want to be spamming my 4th ability quite a lot, and I don't want to run out of energy, especially when we're on defense, because, yeah, defense is generally, especially on solo, where things tend to go wrong. So yeah, I'm going to run around, collect the decrees up, and yeah, basically, guys, we'll see where we can get to. I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, we've actually come up on the next rotation of defense here, and I think just for the sake of testing, I'm fully expecting that I could potentially lose this. But I wanna try. Ooh, maybe... Or maybe just toxin. So yeah, let's stick with the toxin on headshot. Right, so let's gather up some more fragments while we're here before we start this. Might as well give us the best possible chance. I'll collect these up, guys, and then, yeah, I'll cut you back in. Alright then. So what we want to do, I think, is just going to be to start by activating our Splinter Storm, and then literally just rinse and repeat this. The enemy levels are now very high, so we are going to need to be very careful to begin with, until our damage is, well, yeah, decent enough to start killing them. And we're going to have to deal with those guys as well. This is already looking not good, guys. Not good. Yeah, so the last time I did this defense mission, it did take a while for the damage to ramp up, so I don't want to obviously just cancel this, because I don't know, there's a chance that this could speed up. Need to make sure that my Nourish remains active as well. But yeah, we've basically already lost a quarter of the HP of the defense objective, which it isn't great. Oh wait, was it not even... I don't even think I had Splinter Storm active on it, not gonna lie. That was a mistake on my part. I thought I clicked it at the beginning. Yeah, these guys do a lot of damage to it, which is an issue. Right, guys, I'm just going to keep going, I think. I won't bore you guys with me just doing this over and over again. I think you get the idea. So yeah, let's see if we can get through this or not. I'm thinking probably not. Alright guys, we're on the last wave, and yeah, since we cut the health of the point hasn't really gone down that much, to be honest. You can see my Splinter Storm damage here at 453k now, which basically means that whenever an enemy approaches me, they just kind of die now. So the Thrax guys who were causing us a bit of jip before, they kind of just die when they get close to me now. So I'm just staying on the point and making sure that doesn't happen. This obviously has taken a bit of a while, I guess. But you can speed it along. Obviously, I've got Toxin on Headshot, Close Contagion now. We've got a lot of decent decrees that are able to kind of just speed this process up for us. But yeah, basically, we don't die. The objective doesn't die. I think the reason it was taking so much damage to begin with is just because I forgot to cast Splinter Storm on it for the damage reduction. So yeah. Let's see what we get next. If it's something like Excavation, I'm probably just going to leave it, to be honest. But we can keep going with this for absolutely ages, I think. So yeah, I think we'll just leave it there for now. Right, let's do a quick recap and round out the video. Alright guys, so in conclusion, Gara is also a bit of a monster on Steel Path Circuit. She has insane durability, like properly insane. Probably the best I've had out of the ones I've tested so far and we've maxed out already. Revenant included, to be honest. Like, with Revenant you can become, I guess, a bit, what's the word? You forget that you have your kind of second ability and it can run out and you can go down and stuff like that. Whereas with Gara, using the kind of technique we were doing just there, where we just keep refreshing our Splinter Storm, keep inflicting status effects and gaining loads and loads of health back, we just never die, like, ever. And we were also able to use Splinter Storm on any defense objectives, so excavators and defense points, to prevent them from taking stupid amounts of damage as well, which was really nice. You saw at the end there, obviously, when we started, I didn't put Splinter Storm on the objective. It lost like 13k health or 14k health in one round. And then as soon as we put Splinter Storm on, 4 more rounds went by and it only lost about 3k. So, you know, very good frame for doing this solo, I would say. The one caveat I would put on her is that she is quite slow, especially to begin with. She speeds up as you go through and obviously collect decrees. But to begin with, you have to be very patient and allow the decrees to kind of develop and help you like progress through. And definitely focus on efficiency decrees, ones that allow you to just keep recasting your 4th ability and your 3rd ability, which in my case is Nourish. I would also maybe suggest trying to run something like Terrify to strip enemy armor, because Gara will benefit greatly from armor strip. Like I said previously, I just put Nourish on because at the time I couldn't really think about anything else to put on that would benefit me. And although the viral procs, you know, they help as well enormously, because the Splinter Storm, as soon as it hits anyone, they obviously take a viral proc, and then their health just dies. So it is beneficial, but I think honestly the armor strip might be better for Gara, because generally speaking, her abilities do very little damage to armored enemies, and she just needs a bit more oomph. If we had a better weapon in that kind of scenario, I should point out, by the way, we got to like stage 9 or stage 10 or whatever then, enemy level 1000, and none of the weapons that we got were at all modded for me. Like, I didn't have a build for any of them. I had to use the default builds for all of them, and we were able to get that far and could have easily gone further. So yeah, it's definitely worth noting. If I had a better weapon there, that would have been a lot easier, because obviously I would then have the killing capability as well as the defense capability with Gara. So yeah, something to bear in mind. But yeah, I think we'll just round out the video here, guys. I'll do a quick update now on the WDE, the Warframe Duviri Efficiently series, and yeah, we're still kind of hovering in MR2. Not really anything else to catch you guys up on, unfortunately. Obviously, I'm aware that there's going to be some new content dropping soon, such as Wisp Prime. All that good stuff is going to be coming. The new Warframe, which we'll be gathering up. And I'll definitely be getting my hands on that. I've also bought into the TennoCon digital pack so that I can get access to Barrow when he comes along. I'm thinking he will probably have something like Prime Chamber, which I want to get my hands on. So yeah, definitely going to be looking into that. But yeah, otherwise, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have Any suggestions for future frames or weapons that you would like to see in this series, do leave them down in the comments below. Or if you have any suggestions of your own on how you like to play Gara even, you can leave those down below as well. Otherwise, guys, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. I'll see you later, guys.